Hi everyone, this is Ken, and I'm back with another Shogi strategy video. And today I'm going to be covering double Anaguma. And the reason I want to cover this strategy is because of the recent OE title match between Fukaura and Hirose. And pretty much every game they played went double Anaguma, and they were all exciting games. So I thought I'd cover it. I thought the strategy was pretty popular. People want to try it out, and I thought it'd be a good strategy to cover in my next video. So let's get right into the moves. Basically, Black is going to go ahead and play a standard static rook opening, while White is going to go ahead and play a standard fourth file rook opening. So here, Black's going to go ahead and push the second file pawn, trying to threaten that pawn trade on the second file. It's very important for the fourth file rook player to defend that square with the bishop. And this has been covered many times. If you're going to play fourth file rook, it's a very important move. You can't defend there by the silver because your bishop is going to be blocked, and it is just not going to be of any use in the entire game if you move silver to 3c. It's a very important move, bishop to 3c. So this position, Black has a few choices. One is, I guess, silver up to 5h. But that's more of a move if you're going to go for a boat castle. Another move is silver to 5g. It's a very good move. Another move is bishop up to 7g. But today we're going to just assume bishop to 7g. But silver to 5g is also a very good move. It gives you more options as Black when you go silver to 5g. You still have the option of going for a boat castle. Also, you get your silver to 5g earlier, which also allows you to threaten, maybe make a earlier attack with your silver or something. Yeah, I mean, silver 5 just gives you more options. It's probably a better move, and the book I have by Watanabe says that in professional games, it's more likely that they're going to go silver 5g. But today we're just going to go bishop to 7g. It's not going to be a huge difference. Basically, you're just trying to get to your Anaguma castle here. So this position actually, it's very important for White to make this next move, silver to 4c, after Black has moved their bishop to 7g. And, we'll move it back one move. The reasoning is, if White decides to just go ahead and try and keep castling here, Black is a very good move of moving his bishop back to 6h, threatening another, a pawn-bishop trade on the second file. And it's not, I guess it's not too terrible since you're not really losing any material as White. But actually, let's just see what happens. If we go ahead, just go for this pawn trade. Actually, first let's look at silver to 4c now. Basically, there's a very good sabaki in these certain situations in Ibisha or in static rook against fourth file rook. When Black is threatening this pawn trade on the second file, we'll see these moves. Pawn to e, and instead of just taking the bishop, you swing your rook over to 2b, and you pin this bishop here to threaten this rook. But actually, it doesn't work. The sabaki does not work in this specific situation because the silver on 4c is a floating piece. So after the rook takes 2h, the horse can just take 4c, and he's threatening the gold on 6a too. So this is a good position for Black. But the book says it could still be okay. It's not totally hopeless for White, because these three pieces that you see highlighted on the bottom row, the gold, the knight, and the lance, are all floating pieces. So this dragon's going to be able to take them out, or the gold's going to have to move to 5i or 3i. And also the dragon is protecting the knight on 2a. So it's not going to be easy for Black to win, to take these pieces, to take the knight on 2a and 1a, whereas it's going to be very easy for White to do so. However, White did lose the silver, which is never good. And it's still a good position for black, and the only good thing is that it's not totally hopeless for white. So you don't really want to be in situations that are not totally hopeless when you can actually be in an even position. So just going ahead and just, trying to use this Sabaki just does not work here. There's another option here, I guess, of gold to 5B, just accepting this trade. But the problem just accepting the trade here is that you yourself as white, had to drop your pawn back on 2C. So now black has a pawn in hand, whereas white does not. And also, you see this silver on 3B now can't move. It's the only piece protecting 2C. So basically, your silver is useless now. All it's doing is defending 2C, and it can't move anywhere else. Can't attack or anything. So this is also not a good position for white. And this is just the reason why you have to defend that pawn trade somehow. This threat of bishop back to 6h. So back to this original position, you have to go ahead as white and move your silver up to 4c. And what this does is it opens up your rook to go ahead and swing to 2b. So now, if black were to go ahead and move his bishop back to 6h, white actually has two moves that he can do. One is to go ahead and just decline the pawn trade altogether by going ahead and swinging the rook. Or he can go ahead and move his gold up to 5b. What this does is that now the silver on 4c is no longer a floating piece, so that Sabaki that you saw earlier is going to work. You see if he takes it, then you take the rook. And this is almost certainly good for white. Yeah, it's definitely good for white. The king is much safer for white. The gold on 4i is floating for black. And given these piece structures, I would say it's probably more powerful to have two rooks than two bishops. So basically, after silver to 4c, bishop to 6h no longer works. So at this position, black's going to go ahead and bring the silver up to 5g. Basically, this silver to 4c is not only declining this pawn trade on the second file, but it's also getting ready to move up to the 5d square and put some pressure on the bishop's head. So you need to move the silver up to 5g to protect against that. And now white will go ahead, go for castling. Same for black. They'll both move the lances up. And at this position, actually, you might think that white can just go ahead and just start building his Anaguma and they'll both build Anaguma castles and you'll fight from there. But actually, if you do that, we'll just move the pieces out. We'll just go ahead and create these Anaguma castles. In this position, actually in professional games, this is pretty much thought to be a win. Straight out win, flat out win for black. If you think about it, black can attack the bishop's head without endangering his king at all, whereas for white to attack the bishop's head, he's pretty much undermining his own castle if he's going to try and push this pawn up like this. And also, black has the option of going for 4-piece Anaguma, bringing the bishop down, I guess, and then bringing the silver around. So this is thought to be pretty much just a win for black in professional games. I guess if you're in an amateur game and you're probably a lot better than your opponent, this is probably still going to be a fine position for you. But also, this game looks a little bit more boring, and there's just a better move for white at this position, and it's more exciting. So we're going to that instead, and the move here is now going ahead and bringing your silver up to 5b. This is threatening, the bishop's head. It's also clearing the way for the rook on the 4th file. This pawn push that's coming is going to be quite dangerous. It opens the bishop diagonal, which is pointing directly at the king. So, yeah, very good move. Silver to 5b. And at this position, black has two options. One is to push the pawn up 6f. The other is to move the silver up to 6F. And this is both preparing or defending against white, bringing his silver up to 60, attacking. And then also, opening the bishop's diagonal. This blocks the bishop's diagonal, protects 6E square. This is both options. They're both pretty good options. And those are going to be the two strategies that I cover in my next videos. So this is going to be it for this video. Very basic openings for both sides. Yeah, and hopefully you guys can look forward to my next video. It should be coming out much sooner than this one did. Yeah, and also I just wanted to say that if you like my videos and you want to watch every video that comes out, please subscribe to my channel. And it just makes me feel good when I see more people subscribing to my channel. So yeah, this is Ken. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and please look forward to my next one.